Trump-Saudi Crown Prince meeting. It's so good. The Senate has voted. Oh, shit, bro. This is 1 minute ago. The Senate has unanimously voted to release all of the Epstein files.
Without objection. Without objection, so ordered.
The Senate has now passed the Epstein bill as soon as it comes over.
That was fast. That was super fucking fast. Because Trump will veto. If Trump vetoes this, I don't think if he vetoes this, I don't think anybody should support him. Honestly, straight up. Like you can't support somebody like that. This man's guilty as sin. Oh, is this another one? Okay, let's watch it.
Is that pretty good?
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are
Yeah, what a bitch. She was asking it like a bitch. She was.
Terrible reporter. It's the way you...
Was that Piggy?
Ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. You're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together.
Not a good day to be Larry, huh?
Many times I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is...
Why didn't he mention Bill Clinton? Huh.
A Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today.
What? Was I just not hearing it? I just didn't hear it.
It's a hoax.
I'm dumb.
Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket.
I hear it.
Of all the money that he's given to Democrats, he gave me none, zero, no money to me. But he gave money to Democrats. And people are wise to your hoax. And ABC's...
Your brain's
your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something.
Of course.
I think the license should be taken away from me.
Oh, I like the sound of that. These should be thinking about this. A lot of these news companies that have licenses to be news agencies, but they don't even try to report the news, why the fuck do they have a news license? If you don't operate as press, then why do you get treated as press? You should just be entertainment media. Oh, I agree with it. Totally agree. You can't have the privileges without having the expectations.
BC, because your news is so fake. And it's so wrong.
That's right.
And we have a great commissioner, the chairman.
My brother, you're watching Fox News? Yeah, and you know what happened with Fox News? They had to use that same defense, and I agree with that. And they got sued for those voting machines, and they deserved it. They shouldn't have said that. You think that I'm not consistent? Mods, go ban that guy. Perm ban him.
Who should look at that? Because I think when you come in and when you're 97% negative to Trump, and then Trump wins the election in a landslide, that means obviously your news is not credible, and you're not credible as a reporter. So I've answered your question. You should go and look at the Democrats who received money from Epstein, who spent their time. Larry Summers was with him all the time. That creep, the fund guy, was with him all.
He almost said somebody's name that he wasn't supposed to say. Did he really say Bill Clinton?
You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton.
Damn, bro. I didn't even hear that. I don't know how I didn't even hear that. And, yeah, I was so confused. I didn't hear that at all. But, yeah. And, fuck, we saw the letters. Yeah, he didn't say it. For some reason, I just didn't hear it at all. Let's see if I can find it.
appropriate, Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president? Is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should...
Is that right? Oh my God, bro. Yeah, host Matt, exactly. Like, oh yeah. You know why they do this, by the way, is they want to create tensions because a war and a conflict with Saudi Arabia is better for their bottom line. Do you really think these people give a fuck about a journalist? The only thing that maybe they give a fuck about it for is they have some sort of like, oh my God, it might happen to me too. They don't care about this at all. They don't give a fuck at all. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Absolutely not. Yeah, let's go ahead and have another long conflict. For what? For what? Your Royal Highness. Yeah, I guess so.
Americans
Who are
trust
you with?
And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the
But the
worst.
question is
One of the
legitimate,
worst
sir.
in the business.
Is it appropriate?
One of the worst in the business. Yep, there we go, bro. This the
9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval
Who are you
Office.
with?
the 9/11 families. Like,
Who are
Why
you?
should Americans
Who are
trust
you
you?
with?
And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you
oh
with?
I'm with
God.
ABC News, sir.
You with who?
The 9/11 families are mad at you. Yeah. Let's. We had a war over there for 20 years over that. Holy fuck. The prince actually replied. Did he? I'm trying to even. Okay. All right. Is this it?
Doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president. Is
Okay,
that
here
a
we go.
conflict of interest? And
I
Your
found
Royal
it.
Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious
So she's the same one that's causing even more trouble.
that you are here in the Oval
Who are you
Office.
with? Who are you
Why
with?
Saudi did fund 9/11 attacks, though. Yep. And we also nuked Japan. Twice. Vaporized civilians. That happened 24 years ago. At a certain point, you have to move past it. How long will this blood feud continue? How long will we do this? Really? 24? Yeah, 2001? Because it happened, so it was 24 years ago. Yeah, right? 9/11 was 24 years ago? Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up on this. Like, what are y'all saying this for? Like, you said Pearl Harbor? I didn't say Pearl Harbor. What the fuck are you talking about Pearl Harbor for? So, yeah, I think he meant the nukes happened in 2001? No, those were in 1995. What do you mean? Of course not.
Americans trust
Who are you with?
And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News.
Oh,
sir.
no, that was World War II. That was in the 1800s. Never mind.
You with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst
Okay, we've seen this.
ever was, and that it ever could have been, no matter who was president. There would be nobody bringing in 21 trillion. They've
here.
done very little with. They have fake news. One of the worst.
I thought this was, so he called her fake news twice. I thought that this was a clip that I had already seen, but this is another clip of him saying the same thing, actually. Yeah, it's a little bit different. You guys fucked up by mentioning Japan so close to Afghanistan? Well, I'm just saying in general, right? I thought you said you guys attacked Japan 24 years ago? No, that was a long time ago. That was like World War II. But, like, my point is that at a certain point, you have to move past prior, like, conflicts and wars that have happened. And you have to look towards the future and having a degree of diplomacy. Because, really, a lot of the people that probably made those decisions aren't around anymore. And this is especially true, obviously, with Japan and America in World War II. At a certain point, you have to be able to move past that. You have to be able to live beyond that. And if you go back and you count tallies of, like, the interventionism that America had with, like, fucking, even before that, with, like, trying to help the Taliban and, different types of nation building stuff in the Middle East and interventionism, like, this was problematic. And then you had 9/11 happen that was problematic. Then you had a 20-year war over there that was problematic. Like, everything was bad. And it's been bad for years. It's been bad for years and years and years and years. And how much longer do you want it to be bad for? Really? How much longer? Like, it's really my whole life. Yeah. I mean, what is this? Trade diplomacy and trade and diplomacy with all nations, alliances with none. Yeah, you have to do that, right? That the prince was around then. It's not the same. You can move on, but not bring the prince to the White House. The prince was around then. No, isn't he like 40? Like, he's like 41 or something, right? He's 40. He's 40 years old. So he would have been in high school when 9/11 happened. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, because I was 11, so he would have been 16.
One of the worst in the business, but I'll answer your question. I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually. I'm sure they could do a lot. And anything they've done has been very good. That's what we've done. We've built a tremendous business for a long time. I've been very successful. I decided to leave that success behind and make America very successful. And I've made America more successful by far than it ever was, and that it ever could have been, no matter who was president.
Wow.
Nobody bringing in $21 trillion, that I can tell you right now. As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about, whether you
Nobody liked him anyway.
like him or didn't like him. Things happen, but he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question like that.
Okay, just you ask, Mr. President, if you allow me to answer. You know, I feel painful about, the families of 9/11 in America, but, we have to focus on reality. Reality based on CIA documents and based on a lot of documents that Osama bin Laden used Saudi people in that event for one main purpose, is to destroy this relation, to destroy the American-Saudi relation. That's the purpose.
To be fair, the Saudi Arabia, like, wasn't Osama bin Laden like banned from Saudi Arabia or something like that? Like, I think he was, like, because they had a falling out.
Purpose of 9/11. So whoever buying that means they are helping Osama bin Laden's purpose of destroying this relation. He know that strong relation between America and Saudi Arabia, it's bad for extremism, it's bad for terrorism, and we have to.
He's right. Absolutely, it's true.
Approve him wrong, and to build our relation, continue developing our relation. It's critical in the safety of the world. It's critical against extremism and terrorism. About the journalists, it's really painful to hear, anyone that been losing his life for, no real purpose or not in a legal way, and it's been painful for us in Saudi Arabia. We've did all the right steps of investigation, etc., in Saudi Arabia, and we've improved our system to be sure that nothing happened like that, and it's painful and it's a huge mistake, and we are doing our best that this doesn't happen again.
Honestly, I don't know what else he could really say. He said we fucked up, we're trying to fix it, and that's it. I mean, like, I don't know, like, I mean, should we have, maybe, I know what will fix it. 10 more years where we replace the Taliban with the Taliban. How about $5 trillion more dollars of bombs that we can send over there? Maybe that's going to fix it. That's it. Sorry, government stripped Osama bin Laden of Saudi citizenship April 9th, 1994. Yeah, it was a while ago, wasn't it? But they're not trying to fix it, but they're financing terror organizations all around the world. They're really taking this stuff serious. I think that the more trade and the more relations that we have with them, the more normalized their culture will be, and the more there will be a commonality between us. And I think that you're right that it definitely will kind of normalize some of their extremism and some of the things that I'm not really a fan of. But I think it will also normalize some of what they would perceive to be our extremism and also our way of life to them. And so I think that in a cultural exchange of what happens is that you're going to see a understanding that will be better in the long run. And I understand that you might not see this as like a morally good thing, but I look at it from like a realistic utilitarian perspective. I think that the Middle East is obviously a huge place. This has been a place that we've had conflicts with forever. We've had a very strained relationship with them for a really, really long time. We've had wars over there infinitely. If you go and you read the first pages of a history book for wars, you're going to see wars in the Middle East. At a certain point, when do you just put down the fucking sword and try to move on? Like, really? And it's very clear that the strategy that we've been using to approach them hasn't been working. It's very obvious that strategy doesn't work. So why don't we stop doing it? Really, just let's stop doing the thing that gets everybody killed, that makes the world hate us, and everything. What is this? Yeah, they'll be good allies. I mean, well, they've been good enemies for, not enemies, but, you know, like kind of frenemies, right? For fucking decades. Why don't we try something new? And if it doesn't work, what's the worst case scenario? We're going to go back to what we just had. Who cares? Holy shit. People are out of their fucking minds. People are so emotional about this stuff and so opinionated about it that I think that really, I don't think that these people, this is what's very important to keep in mind, is that these people don't actually want to make the world a better place. They don't actually want to make America or Saudi Arabia or the Middle East or the West any safer. They don't want to have societies improve. They want to get one over on Donald. They want to push forward the idea that Saudi Arabia is evil. This is not something that is based on any sort of principle that is based off of improving the lives of anyone. It is based off of a principle of trying to score political points so they can feel like they're special. That's what it is. They're fear-based? Yes. They just want to bring down the man at any cost? Exactly. It's obnoxious, bro. It's so fucking obnoxious. I've been selling military equipment to Saudi Arabia for decades. You've basically been allied the entire time. Check what Trump said about Israel crashing out. Well, I don't know. Constant purity testing and emotional appeals, they themselves don't give a shit about. It's exhausting. Yeah, I don't even give that any thought. It should not even be considered. Should not even be considered. Trump is about to sign the bill in a few minutes. What? There's no way. No, he's not. No, he's not. Senate passed it? Yeah, I know that, but he's not about to sign it right now. Like, it's on Fox News? There's no way.
193 million acres. BLM
just talking.
Manages 244 million.
Just talking.
In addition to 713 million acres.
They said the bill's on the way to the White House?
Minerals.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to sign it.
So your work for the world peace. I believe, Mr. President, today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment and real opportunity by details in many areas. And the agreement that we are signing today in many areas, in technology, in AI, in earth materials, magnet, etc., that will create a lot of investment opportunities.
So you are doing that now. You're saying to me now that the $600 billion will be $1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing, it will facilitate.
Damn. All right.
That and
I like that
great. I like that number.
So your work.
Shit. They require everything, art of the deal. Yeah. And the funny thing is that Trump did say that he was going to do that. He said he was going to get MBS to raise it to $1 trillion because he's a great guy. And he raised it to $1 trillion. I remember hearing this. Yeah, I don't know what to say. But Prince is a mobile gamer. I mean, yeah, I've heard of that, but I don't know exactly. And to invest $1 trillion, this is it.
And today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment and real opportunity.
Holy fucking shit. Fox News credulously reports that Saudis now say their investment pledge to U.S. will be increased to $1 trillion. The entire GDP of Saudi Arabia is $1 trillion. This is total nonsense.
It set the tone for some very generous announcements from the Saudi side. The Saudis now say that their investment pledge in the United States will be increased to $1 trillion over the next several years. The first part of that investment in infrastructure projects, like the $14.2 billion the Saudis spent with GE Vernova. The project will build heavy-duty gas turbines and create 1,800 jobs in Greenville, South Carolina.
Great. That's at least more stuff, right? Yeah, several years. Yeah, it's happening over years. This isn't something that's going to happen instantaneously. He's showing him a tour of the... He's showing the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia the picture that he put up of Joe Biden, and it's a picture of him. It's just a picture of the auto pen.
Office for the traditional bilateral, taking questions from reporters. We anticipate both leaders will take questions. We will cover that live as it's coming up. This visit is clicking along pretty quickly now with some unexpected stops along the way, but the Oval Office is just a few steps away from where they are now. So we may hold for just a second while they walk through the door here. Let's talk about just briefly what this means.
Oh God, Joe Biden auto pen between two pics of Trump. Yes. So, dude, is so fucking petty. It's insane, right? It's next to his mugshot. Yeah, I'm not surprised, right? And what is this? If I can find the rest of it, if there's anything else going on. Oh boy, here we go. Yep, there it is. Thank God. As I said, I think this flag is way better than the fucking Hezbollah flag. It's not even remotely close. Trump dismisses criticism. There's another one. It's the dude. Is he really going to say that?
We create a lot of investment opportunities.
So you are doing that now. You're saying to me now that the 600 billion will be 1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing to facilitate that, and
I like that very No, that's great. I appreciate that. That's great. We're doing numbers that nobody's ever done. And in all fairness, if you didn't see potential in the U.S., you wouldn't be doing it.
Definitely.
You don't want to lose money.
As you said, Mr. President, it's the most hottest country in the planet. But what you're creating is not. We create.
Oh man, just yep. Tell him what he wants to hear, bro. Like yep. Tell him what he wants to hear. Trillion, yeah, he made him say it. Yeah, I guess so, right? The glazing, yeah. I'm glad that this is obviously going to happen. I mean, this is going to be great, and hopefully we can, can move on. You can just slap the prince's knee like a homie. I mean, like what the fuck? Like, I mean, he's the president, right? I mean, I don't think they really give a shit. Oh God, there he is. Well, there we go, guys. And so, yeah, Saudi Arabia, this is after the best one. This is definitely a good one. It is. It's a good one. And, yeah, I'll compare this with Israel's benefits. Well, I'll see so somebody said something that they made a comment about Israel. I don't know really if that's true or not. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, I don't know if they did. Saudi Arabia responds to Donald Trump saying there will be no ties with Israel without a Palestinian state. Sure, okay, let me see here.
A question about the F-35s that are being sold to Saudi Arabia. Are these the same ones that are being used by the Israeli military? And if so, how does that allow for the qualitative military edge for Israel? And then I want to ask you, because you brought up the plight of the Palestinians, are you aware of relocation flights to South Africa that are taking place right now?
Which flights?
There are relocation flights that are taking place. Some Palestinians are being charged up to $2,000 a seat.
I'm not going to South Africa for the G20 because I think their policies on the extermination of people are unacceptable. So I'm not going, so I won't refer to anything having to do with South Africa. South Africa has behaved extremely badly.
Whenever he brought the guy from South Africa here and he made him watch the video of all the people that are chanting to kill the white people, that was wild.
But I will say that
all the paperwork and everything
when
too.
you look at the F-35,
man,
and you're asking me, is it the same? I think it's going to be pretty similar. Yeah, you know,
how will that
this is a great ally, and Israel's a great ally. And I know they'd like you to get planes of reduced caliber. I don't think that makes you too happy. They've been a great ally. Israel's been a great ally. And we're looking at that exactly right now. But as far as I'm concerned, I think they are both at a level where they should get top of the line. Yes, please.
Can I just ask for the Crown Prince?
Okay, so then...
If I could just ask about
Well, yeah, was that the old Biden auto pen would never do that? Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. When did this happen? It happened today. It happened all today.